I have a very short story. It happened considerable time ago. Like a lot of stories, it took me well over 30 years to be able to begin to understand what I had seen and what might have happened. It took me 45 years to get around to putting it into words to where I might try to communicate it to somebody else. Stories have a way of being like that. This one was about one of the more remarkable UFO sightings I have ever had. I've had quite a few. Uh, Call me cursed or blessed with that one. I'm not really sure. But this was probably one of the most significant I have ever seen. There was little doubt in my mind. I was looking at a machine, and it wasn't made by us. I call the story Commander, Our Cloaking Device Has Failed. Rick had just bought himself a brand new Ford pickup. He was real proud of that truck. He'd drive it everywhere just to be seen behind the wheel. It had a fine ride, and I enjoyed riding in it myself. On such a drive during a sunny autumn afternoon, we encountered an alien spacecraft that appeared to have a malfunctioning cloaking device. We were driving south on Illinois Route 12 and approaching Jim's Taco House. The sky was clear and blue without a cloud. This is why it seemed so strange to me that there should be a large dark shadow hanging over our truck. I looked up to see what was blocking the sun and got a good look at something that I am still puzzling over. Over the top of our truck was a very large oval shape. It was the most intense black surface I have ever seen. It was as if it was the absence of all light rather than any particular dark color. Racing across the dark surface was white light, moving at random like a theater marquee gone mad. The sight left me sputtering and speechless. I was pointing up at the sky over our truck and making unintelligible sounds as Rick was trying to get out of me what I was seeing. The object was directly above the truck and out of the driver's view. I pointed him to the side of the road, and we pulled off into the Taco House gravel parking lot. As we got out of the cab, the craft was just passing over the roof of Jim's Taco House. Rick let out a, "What the fuck is that?" Well, I was trying to get a sense of size and proximity. This thing was huge. I'm sure that you could have dropped a 747 into it, and it would have fit nicely inside the oval. It was also very, very close to us. I had the feeling that I could have hit it with a .22 caliber rifle, but it was really hard to get accurate measurements. It was close. The light racing across the bottom was like nothing I had ever seen before or since. At the time, I had nothing to compare it to, but eventually, when science started working on invisibility cloaking, I began to suspect what it was I had seen. The craft could probably bend light around itself. I figured that the bottom could have been made to look like everything else that was around it. We would look up, and all we'd see is birds, clouds, and sky instead of a giant black ovoid from who knows where. It took almost 30 years of technological advances before I started to grasp the function of this light display. The day we saw it, the cloak appeared to be turned off. The eeriest thing about it was the silence and grace. It was massive, yet it appeared to float like a leaf on a pond. It made no noises or discharges whatsoever. It looked like a hippo dancing Swan Lake without missing a step. In times before and after this event, I had seen some pretty impressive UFOs, but never anything so large or so close to the ground again. Why do some people see UFOs and others don't? I suppose flying saucer sightings are pretty rare, but I suspect most people don't see them because they don't look up. The percentage of humans that spend much time looking at the sky is actually pretty low. Seeing a craft like this will help bring you out of yourself. It would be good for humans to spend less time fighting over borders, race, and religion. Having a good encounter with alien life could help us get over our politics, consumer lifestyle, and start getting ready to meet the neighbors. Currently, I don't believe they have any desire to meet us. We need a little bit of housebreaking first. Aloha.